Just under 2 weeks before the transfer window shuts, Chelsea remain very much active in the market. So today we get the breaking news on incoming like Xavi Simons and Alejandro Garnacho, and also the latest on outgoing like Nicolas Jackson and Nkunku. But before we dive into all that, if you are new here, welcome to the channel. But if you have been following me for a while, you know the drills. We're on the road to 10k subscribers. So make sure you like the video and hit the subscribe button. Let's get into it. It's the final 2 weeks of the transfer window, and the biggest story right now is Alejandro Garnacho to Chelsea. And my friends, I can confirm to you that we are right at the serious stage of it. According to Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea are advancing in club-to-club talks for Alejandro Garnacho. Deal underway with Manchester United. Excellent relationship between United CEO Berada and Chelsea hierarchy. Garnacho only won Chelsea and turned down an approach from Bayern in the last 48 hours. No chance. Now that is massive. Garnacho is one of United's most exciting talents. Has rejected Bayern Munich. Not because of money, not because of opportunity, but because he only wants Chelsea. And it doesn't stop there. According to Alex Crook, Alejandro Garnacho has told his friends he's joining Chelsea. It's believed Chelsea official has instructed Garnacho to be patient and bide his time before they sign him. And club-to-club talk are expected to accelerate in the coming days. So we are not just talking rumors here. Garnacho himself is telling people close to him that he's joining us. And Chelsea from the inside are calming him down, making sure he stays patient while the final details are handled. But of course, United will make this deal easy. According to Mike Keegan of the Daily Mail, Manchester United will not accept a deal worth less than £50 million for Garnacho. That's the price on the table, and United are standing firm. But here is where it gets even more interesting. Same report claims United also feel Garnacho starts stand up well in those of Jamie Gittin, who Chelsea signed for initial £48.5 million from Borussia Dortmund, and subsequently better than Omar Hutchinson, who joined Forest from Ipswich for £37.5 million last weekend. So in Manchester United mind, Garnacho is worth more than players like Gittin and Omar Hutchinson, and that is why they are pushing for the £50 million plus mark. But for us as Chelsea fans, the key detail here is Garnacho's heart is already set. He rejected Bayern Munich, he told his friend he's coming. Chelsea are working behind the scene. United will play hardball, but the player desire makes all the difference. And the last 2 weeks of the transfer window, this is one story we cannot take our eyes off. And while we all are watching Garnacho situation closely, there's another situation unfolding in the background, and that's the feature of Nkunku. According to the Athletic David Oinst, Leipzig are stepping up in talks with Chelsea over a deal to sign Nkunku. Direct contact between clubs on permanent move for the 27-year-old forward. Not close yet, still other option, but the France international is open to a return. And that's where things start to get interesting. While Leipzig are pushing, Bayern Munich are also on the table. According to Fabrizio Romano, Bayern are trying to be creative with the structure of the Nkunku deal, along with an option, which could become an obligation, but Chelsea insists on a permanent transfer, so there is still gap in valuation. We'll continue tomorrow. Chelsea position is crystal clear. No loans, no temporary exit. If Nkunku is leaving, it's for good. And that's backed up by Matt Law of the Daily Telegraph, who said Bayern Munich have also held talks about a move for Nkunku, but the Germans have so far only proposed a loan deal, though Chelsea hope to secure a sale. So what you are really seeing here is a tug of war. Bayern wants short-term fix and Chelsea wants a permanent exit. But this delay is already having consequences. According to The Guardian, Bayern Munich's move for Nkunku has stalled, delaying Chelsea's attempt to sign RB Leipzig Xavi Simons and Manchester United Alejandro Garnacho. So essentially, Nkunku's future could unlock 2 deals that Chelsea are working on. Until he's sorted, we are waiting. And in the last 24 hours, the story has taken another twist. According to Sky Germany Florian Plettenberg, following the failure transfer of Nick Watermedu, an internal plan has been made for Max Ebel to focus on loan deals until deadline day. A move for Nkunku is therefore very difficult to realize despite agreement between Bayern and Nkunku. Chelsea has once again made it clear, only permanent deal. All parties are frustrated. Nkunku, Ebel, Ferrand and company. While RB Leipzig are still in the race, talks with Chelsea were never broken off. More teams are keen on him, not only Leipzig. So let's piece this together. Nkunku is frustrated, Bayern is frustrated, Chelsea is frustrated, Leipzig are waiting in the background, ready to pounce. And for us Chelsea fans, this means 2 things. Either Bayern Munich finally cave and pay up, or Leipzig brings back Nkunku. But one way or another, Chelsea are standing firm. Only permanent transfer we do. And this window is closing just in 2 weeks. This is another story we cannot take our eyes off. But my friends, after Garnacho, after Nkunku, there is one deal everybody is waiting for, and that is Xavi Simons. According to Florian Plettenberg of Sky Germany, the current plan for Xavi Simons is to start against Bayern. After that, the move to Chelsea is set to be completed. The chances of it going through remains high. He wants Chelsea and personal terms are agreed upon. Leipzig are waiting for the official offer. So let's just pause there. Xavi Simons has agreed personal terms with Chelsea and is playing his last game for Leipzig against Bayern Munich. And after that, the green light is ready. And my friends, if you needed any more clarity, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed on the zone that the percentage of Xavi Simons going to Chelsea remains 85%. 85%. That's as close to a done deal as you can get in these final stages of a transfer window. And then the social media post. On Instagram, Xavi Simons posted simple ring emoji. And Fabrizio puts it, he's calling because he's waiting for Chelsea to pick up the phone and say, okay, come to London, let's have your medical. He wants to go to Chelsea. This isn't hidden anymore. This is right in front of us. Simon is ready. Chelsea is ready. Leipzig are waiting. All that is missing is the official offer and the final details. But let's look deeper. Let me remind you all why this deal is so significant. Because Chelsea no landing Simon changes everything. You're talking about one of Europe's brightest young playmaker, a player who carried PSV, a player who lit up Bundesliga, and who now has the chance to be part of Chelsea rebuild under Enzo Maresca. And just like Garnacho, and just like Nkunku's situation, it's coming down to timing. Nkunku exit is being negotiated. Garnacho is pushing from United's side. And in the middle of this all, Xavi Simons is waiting, already committed, already prepared to make the move. The truth is that Chelsea transfer window is like a domino effect right now. One deal triggers another. And Simon transfer could be the biggest domino of them all. So as it stands now, Simon wants Chelsea, personal term agreed, Leipzig are waiting for the offer, final game against Bayern before the green light. And if nothing changes in these final days, this could become the deal that takes Chelsea attack to another level. This is the one we all have been waiting for. While Chelsea are pushing hard for Xavi Simons and Alejandro Garnacho, and while Nkunku's exit continues to drag on, there is another name we cannot ignore: Nicolas Jackson. According to Matt Law of the Daily Telegraph, Napoli are searching for a striker following an injury to Romelu Lukaku and are close to Jackson's camp with talks expected to take place, although finance could be an issue. So we have Napoli circling, but they are not alone. According to Fabrizio Romano, Nicolas Jackson is expected to leave Chelsea this summer, and that's the key point. Chelsea are planning for life without Jackson, and now Aston Villa has also entered the race. McLaw reports Chelsea's £60 million plus valuation of Jackson is believed to be out of Villa's reach because of financial restrictions. Aston Villa examined whether they could structure a deal that could see Jackson reunite with Unai Emery, who is a big fan of the 24-year-old. And to back that up, he adds, Aston Villa exploring the viability of a move to sign Nicolas Jackson from Chelsea before the transfer window shuts. So we are looking at Napoli and Aston Villa, trying to find a way to make the finances work. But here is the catch. According to The Athletic, 4 clubs in the top half of the Premier League are understood to have inquired about Nicolas Jackson. As well as numerous Champions League clubs, Chelsea wants £80 million, but will lower the price if it's broadly in line with other striker moves this summer. So Chelsea are playing the market. They are setting the valuation high, testing the waters, but are also leaving room for negotiations. And it's important to note that Chelsea has been adamant that they do not want to send Jackson on loan, but the right structure might tempt them as time starts to run out in the transfer window. That's straight from Matlow. But the twist is this. According to Edu Bragbos, Nicolas Jackson is clear that he will leave Chelsea, and Aston Villa is pushing hard. They want a loan with an obligation to buy. Nico likes the idea. So here we are. Napoli wants him, Villa wants him, top half Premier League clubs and Champions League clubs are cycling. Chelsea wants a permanent sale, but the player himself is ready to go. And my friends, this is where the story gets critical. Jackson leaving Chelsea could open the pathway for Garnacho and Simon to come in. His exit, just like Nkunku, is part of the wider rebuild. But with just 2 weeks left in the window, the question is simple. Will Chelsea stand firm on the £80 million demand, or will they accept a structured deal that could finally move Jackson out? Either way, what is clear is this. Nicolas Jackson's time at Chelsea is running out, and the next move could be the domino that shaped the rest of our transfer window. But speaking of the domino that will shape our transfer window, according to The Athletic, Chelsea wants to sell rather than loan Renato Veiga, Axel Disasi, Carney Chukwuemeka, Raheem and Ben Chilwell. before the window closes. The expectation is that Veiga and Disasi will be sold, most likely within the Premier League. So let's break that down. Renato Veiga, a player who really had the chance to break into Chelsea first team. Chelsea signed him with the intention of making profit later, and now that has come. A sell within the Premier League looks likely. Axel Disasi, a defender who has some big moments for us, but hasn't quite convinced under Maresca's system. Again, Premier League clubs are cycling. His departure feels almost inevitable now. Carney Chukwuemeka, highly rated, highly talented, but injuries have slowed down his progress. Borussia Dortmund already tested the waters earlier in this window. Chelsea are listening. Raheem, a senior figure, but who is no longer fit for the project. Chelsea are looking for buyers, and his exit could also free up a chunk of wages. And Chilwell, once seen as the cornerstone of the squad, but injuries and inconsistency. If the right price comes in, the club are ready to sell. This is no small list. These are players with experience and quality, but Chelsea is making a statement. The project under Enzo Maresca is about the future, not the past. And the expectation, according to the Athletic, is that Veiga and Disasi will almost certainly be the first one out. But for us fans, this is the reality of the rebuild. For Garnacho and Xavi Simons to arrive, for Chelsea to reshape the attack, and for the squad to finally balance, some names will have to go. And in these final days of the transfer window, this is another story we have to keep our eyes on. So that's the video, my friends. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. It will be